with having an e-scooter or e-scoot is that it may have some problems when it comes to electrical, and I'm not really good at that, but I do know the basics of connection. So we'll try to fix it as much as we can with how we know it, and with what we browse through YouTube with some of the owners of ES1, 2, and 4, which is not a lot. Sometimes it's a bit confusing, but yeah. So we'll try to fix it. We'll try to make sure that minimize the problem. It's not gonna do away the problem. It'll probably minimize the problem. Let's start first with how to uninstall an the battery, the external battery for an ES4. Once we uninstall it, your ES4 becomes ES2. And by removing the battery, the firmware will automatically detect that it has no external battery. That means that it will probably lower your speed from the top speed that you have when you have that big ass chunky ES4 battery or external battery. So there's a bit of downside to it, but the scooter will look sleek, not chunky. I like them both ways. I'm not sure, but we'll try to run it. So, and the other one is let's try to fix that error 042 problem by reconnecting the battery, and I'll show you how to tweak it a bit. So let's do this. You have to have this. It's an Allen wrench that comes with the scooter itself, so don't lose this, because this thing is your friend. Tried using a similar Allen wrench, but without this, it's a bit hard, and I have to use a pliers for that. And this actually works. Also, one thing that you have to remember is that you have to make sure that when you disconnect the battery, that you're not gonna use it for for an extended range, because it will lessen the range of the battery if you remove the external battery. It has its own internal battery, but I think it will lessen down the distance from purportedly 45 kilometers to maybe around 25 kilometers. I think realistically it will be 40 kilometers. On my size, probably around 38 kilometers for the one with an external battery. But without an external battery, it will probably go down to about 18 kilometers. Speed will probably decrease to less than maybe around, give or take, 25 kilometers per hour, which is still a bit fast, but for a speed devil, that's gonna be a problem for you. So I'm fixing it here. It's a bit dark. I'm fixing it here at my own studio because I'll be sweating a lot, and I'm already sweating. But also using air conditioning, so it works for me. Let's try to do this. First that you have to remove, already removed it by the way, is these little things here. These are rubber, I'm not sure, rubber stoppers or something. It goes here. So these ones will probably help your battery or external battery from getting water in it. But it's a bitch to, sorry about my language, but it's a bitch taking it off, and I have to pry it off with a knife, with a dagger, a small one. That's beside the point. So you have to take two of these, one here, and then there's another here. So you have to take them off, and then afterwards you use your Allen wrench, and you have to use this will take time, by the way. So I got it. I already got it. So I have to remove it. By the way, this screw here, the Allen screw, is connected to a bracket, which is connected to the frame of the ES4 scooter. The purpose of this is to make it sturdy, but sometimes it causes a problem, and when the bracket vibrates, the screws loosen, and you have to tighten the screws of the bracket. Also, you have to tighten the Allen screws here on the battery, but it doesn't really solve a lot of problems. So if you can see, I still have a lot of battery. So that's one. The other one's here. So this big ass chunk right here is your external battery, and this one extends the range of your scooter and also maximizes speed, or puts a bit of speed in it. Now, there's a reason why there's a few of these batteries, because some of my friends who owns an ES2 scooter is looking for an external battery, and they couldn't find a whole lot of them. Sometimes it's hard, mainly because I think they moved away from this because of the errors that it has. They generate a lot of errors because of the connector, and this thing is pretty hefty. It's about maybe a kilo, or yeah, maybe 2 kilos, I think. So that's heavy, and you put it on this bracket. As you can see, this bracket right here, you know, this thing, although it's made of metal, steel, it's pretty flimsy. There's still gonna be some problems. It's gonna vibrate, and there's gonna be a problem there. So there's a reason why Segway Ninebot opted to produce or to concentrate more on the Ninebot Max, which is almost similar version to this, but with a higher rate of speed, bigger battery. And the battery, by the way, isn't on the stem anymore, right here. The battery isn't on an external battery because, again, they totally negated this because of some problems, and they put them on the stop boards. So stop boards are, I'm not sure if I can move it. Yeah, right here. So they negated it and put them on stop boards. So let's try to fix. Well, so this, by the way, is how you can remove the the external battery to make it into an ES2 scooter. So again, shorter range, less on speed, not that much. You can't use this on this one because this is a bit too big. You have to use a smaller Allen wrench, and you have to have this. I'm not sure which one though. Yep, too big. I guess it'll work. Okay, so basically you have to remove this bracket here to make it an ES2 scooter, and that'll work out. So let me show you how to fix again the problem when we talk about error 042 or error port 2. Okay, first, for an external battery, it has to be tight. It doesn't. You have to make sure that the contact points for the power would be there, and that making this bracket here tight and not wobbling. When I had the 500 kilometer range in my speedometer, in my when the range in my app stated that this scooter was able to travel for more than 500 kilometers. More than 500 kilometers, I think. Okay, so to show you basically, without the external battery, my remaining battery is around 20%, which is on the red line already here. So that's 20% battery, and I have already over 600 kilometers of travel. That's that included some of the long range ride that I did. Not that far, but in accumulation, because this unit right here is about a year old, so that's probably why. And when it hit around 500 kilometers, I started getting this problem, the error 042, and I guess it's because of the vibration of roads in the Philippines aren't that good. There are a lot of potholes, and you have to navigate through that, and not all of, not the road may be concrete, maybe made of concrete, but because of of weathering, there are gradients, and you get that vibration bit, which is really bad if you have this type of scooter. So I guess we'll try to fix it, and I guess one of the advices is the contact point, to move the contact points a bit closer, and make sure that it will work, basically. So I just turned it off. Let's try to move the contact points. I'm still using my dagger. We're gonna pinch it together, not a whole lot, but pinch it for a bit so that the contact points will be closer once you insert the battery. Don't move it too far. Don't pinch it too far. It's gonna be you're not gonna make that connector with the connector of the external battery. And use a rubber. There's still a battery there. Use a rubber, a knife with a rubber handle. Okay, it's hard to see for you guys, but I was able to pinch it a bit. So hopefully, if we put the battery back on, it will work. Cross our fingers. That will really work. Let's just forget about those outdated. You think that those cars are new, but the engine design. They may tweak it a bit, they may engineer it a bit, but those are still using fossil fuel, and that means that it's outdated already. It's not efficient anymore. So electric is the way to go. See you in the next vlog. This is Terrence, and let's keep on riding.